Deep in the heart of Africa, are stories left untold, successes drowned by the world's cold, winners not seen by the naked eye, that have flown the flag of brilliance way up high. We're here to share these stories, changing one life at a time. Journey with us as we tell the untold stories of Africa.
What would you do if all you had was passion, drive, and a big dream? Well, the Mafela team are here to prove to you that you can do anything. Animation is something that is yet to be explored, yet to grow here in Zambia, and I will tell you for a fact that I'm super excited to come and share this with you today. My name is Zilla, and I am super excited to bring you another untold story of Africa. We will be talking to the Mafela team right here in Ngombe again, and they will be telling us about how they got started, what they are doing, and what they hope to achieve. Stay locked, it's going to be a good one. So welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us for yet again another episode of the Untold Stories of Africa. I did say that I would be speaking to the Mafela crew today because this is a huge team of people that have come together, put their brains, their talents, their passions together to make sure that you have what you watch, what you see as Mafela. Animation. First of all, thank you so much, gentlemen. So Robbie and Ethan. Did I say your name right?
Oh yeah.
What does it mean? What does Ethan
I
mean?
have no idea actually.
I thought as much. I thought as much. Welcome. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you for opening your doors to your beautiful home and for allowing us to be here and just pick your brains a little bit so we can share this story with everybody else. So first things first, I would like to know what your educational background is, because look, I need to understand how you happened upon animation. So run me through the process for you to get to a point where you decide animation is definitely something I'm interested in. I would like to explore it. I would like to just get better at this skill, and eventually to a point where you put out a product, something that we're able to see, something that we're able to enjoy. So tell me about that.
Should I go first?
Whoever would like to speak first.
Okay. Well, let me go first. For me, and this is my educational background based on animation only, right?
Yes.
All right. So educational background, no college, just straight from school, grade 12. And I decided to go into media.
Okay.
So video shooting, I started with video shooting, then eventually I went into animation with adverts. So after that I decided, okay, maybe if this skill goes to another level, I can actually start making cartoon animations, maybe short clips of cartoon animations and so on. And then one thing led to another, and now here we are doing an actual series. 5-minute series per week. Which is incredible, yes, to think back, because I think just like a year ago, I don't think would have been able to make such a thing within a short period of time, because 1 week is quite short for a 5-minute animation. But we are managing so far.
So I believe that a lot of what you know, a lot of the skills that you picked up in animation were passed on.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about how you got to that point. I mean, obviously you must have gone through some tutoring based off interest, because you need to have interest to be able to pick up on any type of skill, right?
Well, for me, actually, I first can be coaching. For me, actually, when I was actually 10 years old, I remember I brought a software for me, Toon Boom. So I actually sat the whole night busy drawing. There was like a cartoon, like a ant that was running, then it was on fire. Actually, I loved that. So I spent the whole night studying how they made that thing move. And I don't know, it just blew my mind. So from that point on, I actually noticed he wasn't doing 2D, he was doing 3D. So I noticed he was actually making logos for people. So I used to sit next to him like every time. Whenever he's working, I just sit next to him. I'm just there the whole day. Whenever I'm not going to school, I'm just there watching whatever he's doing. Then after some time, he actually gave me the software. He actually got me the first PC that I actually started doing animation from.
Oh, did I?
You don't seem to remember. Okay. Yeah.
A big piece with Vijabakarukovic.
Oh yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah, it was white.
Okay.
And I actually put the software there. Then I would spend the whole night Ningo ASAP or something new. Then whenever I have a problem, I go back, I ask, just like that. Then eventually, I actually did an advert for Monginis. Sorry, I hope this is not an advert.
You did an advert for a client?
Yes.
Okay.
So actually, after I did that, he helped me sell it. That was like the first thing I actually put out there that people could see. Then after that, I just kept on trying this and that. I actually made a series that I actually sold to a TV station. After some time, then I actually came back again. Then we started doing this.
Oh, you actually got employed with the TV station.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
of
you
that
did?
same
Yeah,
series.
because of
Nice.
the same series. So after some time, I came
wow.
back. Then I figured, you know what, I need to go back to the drawing board and create something
Something else.
nice. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, and I mean, when it comes to you've kind of both answered my next question, which was at what point did you make something that first hit the public? Do you know what I mean? Like, at what point were you sure I have made something that the public can actually look at? But I mean, at what level do you need to get at to be confident in yourself to know that, okay, this is something that people can watch? Because I will tell you, you know, kudiaja makatun yamoneka munga mapepa. You know what I mean? You're like, are they sure they want to be showing us this? Did they finish making it? You know what I mean? Sometimes you catch glimpses of such animations. But how do you guys get to, this is 3D, right? How do you get to a point where you're confident in not only yourself but even in your product?
Personally, for me, I think the process has been very gradual.
Yeah.
Because originally I used to do music videos for the group that I belong to, Scheduling.
Yes.
So I used to do music videos, and I would put animations in there.
In the music videos.
So the feedback from people would tell you whether your animations are good or not. So over the years, I've actually been doing animation for a long time. It's 10 years now, I think. So in that process, you know, gradually you start making music videos. Then I also actually got employed by a TV station. So I worked there for, I think it was 6 months. Then I gave up.
Short-lived.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't take the heat. Too much pressure. So after that, I moved into making adverts. So with adverts, I was the first actually advert I made for that went on TV was a cartoon with what are these animals? You know, cartoon animals that were playing. It was like a band.
Yes.
So the reception of that is what gave me confidence, because people liked it so much. And I was like, okay, so I can actually make something good.
Okay.
So the learning process has been very gradual over a course of probably 10 years now. So I think at this point, you even forget that issue of the confidence part, because now you just know, if I do this, it works.
Okay. And where do you think Zambia is in terms of receiving animation, mastering the craft, mastering the art, and just kind of, you know, getting to a point where we can say we have some really, really high profile, very highly recommended animators? Do you think we're headed there? Are we still very far? Where are we?
I think not yet. I personally think we are getting there. We are getting there. This is why we're actually trying to do this. At least, instead of the client saying, no, I want an advert of cartoons, they go out, they go to Egypt, they go to South Africa, they can actually get people from within. So they can actually see that there are Zambians who can actually do this stuff. So we're actually trying to put it out there.
Yeah, it is. It's been slow, but it's getting there, because the problem is we have no animation schools here. So it's very difficult for people to actually learn how to animate. So the animation industry is actually non-existent at this point.
At the moment,
so we have much to learn in Zambia before we can get to a point where we are doing proper animation. But we are getting there. Actually, the goal of, like he has said, what we're trying to do here, after the success of Mafela, we're going to be, because we teach for free. We actually have YouTube channels, me and him, where we teach animation. So we want to extend that to local people as well, because most of the people that watch the videos that we shoot are actually abroad. But Zambians, we've seen the interest has grown now with animation. So we're going to start teaching local people as well how to make animation. The more competition we have, the faster we'll grow.
In fact, after that, the successful ones, we employ them.
Yes.
So at least we can actually produce even faster. We have more content.
Yes.
Because animation takes a long time to produce. So we need as much help as we can get. At the moment, we can't get any help because there are very, if any, few animators in Zambia. So that's our biggest challenge, I think.
Okay, so you touched on it just now. We were moving on to my next question, which is, tell me about Mafela. The scripting, the writing, the characters. Tell me all about it.
Okay, first, how we produce Mafela, right?
Yes.
So step one is the script. So sometimes I come up with the script, sometimes he brings the script, and then whoever brings the script writes the dialogue. Then we talk about it to see what we can keep and what we can remove or what we can add on. The guys that also do voice acting also contribute. They add whatever they think their character would probably do in that situation. And at the end of the day, we have a complete script. And then we move to voice recording in the studio. So record the voices until they are good. The voices are edited. And then from there, me and him sit down now to discuss the scene, how we're going to break it. Because at that point, we only have voices. So we have to imagine the scenario and the movements and what the cartoons will do.
We'll be doing,
So that's the process me and him do. And then when that is done, we start animating now. And eventually we do this process called rendering. That takes forever.
That's the time when we watch movies now.
So now, okay, so you've given me the breakdown, but tell me a little bit about how you just came up with the idea of Mafela. What are you trying to get out there? What are you trying to communicate? How did you even come up with the kids? There is Kizito, Mateo, and Mavuto. And I think it's important to also just understand how each of these characters were born and the drive behind combining their different personalities and putting them together to produce and give us what we are calling Mafela today.
Actually, I remember the first day we actually came up with this. I was actually at the office. Then nakwenda bus, then you actually called me. I remember everything.
Then he came to visit.
Actually came to visit. Then I found you. Then you started escorting you going to Cabanana. Then along the way we were discussing. No, let's create something that the public can watch.
I see. So you were actually just like on the move,
like just
having
walking,
a chat, and then boom, ideas started hitting you.
And then wafana menya kabona kamba kufunika wafana inti pange watatu moza ngari wamanda maningi. Winanga kufunika achana insight wanzake
and then we need someone to neutralize the situation.
So who are those? Break that down for me. So Wamanda Nindan.
Wamanda and Kizito, because every time we have India but phone, then I can be a parody. So he sounds like a cheap baby,
Yes. And then you have Mavuto.
Mavuto is the guy who neutralizes everybody. Like he just comes, guys, why am I food? There is
and the troublemaker Mateo.
The troublemaker, of
and
course.
The troublemaker Mateo. Yes.
So Mateo every time he comes up with his ideas and the whole Beyonce Nidum. Every time they go south. So so that's how it actually came up. So here in the road on a fan menya so Joe against kufunika cha episode kuoneka tichipendeo chikuru nabula chime napakana sound. So that's how it actually came up. Then we figured we name them we named them gradually. So we're actually suggesting names.
We had actually different names at the beginning.
Really?
Yes.
But
So
they evolved over
obviously,
time.
over time.
They evolved over time.
And I think the names are fitting. They're perfect. They're local, which is Laka. And I think it's important also because I feel like there's a little bit of some irony with the way the names are. Mavuto is the neutralizer. Meanwhile, his name means troublemaker. You know, so it kind of works. I like the idea. And so now, you know, what exactly can we expect from not only you as animators, but even just from Mafela as we continue to watch? Is it a 13-part series? Is it a how much more should we be expecting? Because right now we're on episode 5.
Yes, right now we're on episode 5. Yes,
5, yes, that's 6, where we are.
Yes.
Almost done with 6. Yes, it's 13 episodes per series.
Nice.
So
I guess right. Yeah.
Of course. So after 13 episodes, then we'll consider it season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's continuous. We want this to be an ongoing thing.
Please.
We have no immediate plans to quit at a certain point, so we want to keep making
continue it. Yeah.
And coming.
Yeah. And I mean, who do you encourage? There might be somebody that's watching that's never ever seen Mafela. They've never experienced it. What do you say? How do you encourage them to check them out? Do they have to be? I don't count because look, I'm a big kid. So when I saw Mafela, I was like, oh my god, and you know, watched all of them and kind of just geeked out. You know what I mean? But there's somebody that hasn't seen them yet. What would you say to encourage them to watch? Is it safe for their children to watch? And where can they find the episodes?
So they can actually find them on our Facebook page, which is
at Mafela TV.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And they're actually kid friendly. No language.
No bad language.
Yes.
Or anything like that.
We actually make sure it's in local language so that everybody can watch. It doesn't matter. No Samvira Shizungu.
And actually, on the next episode, we're introducing Bemba since it's only.
It's been in Nyanja for the first 5 episodes. Yes.
So we're introducing Bemba as well.
So
eventually.
Yes, and there'll be more characters to look forward to, right?
Yes, definitely.
A lot more characters. Because right now, you know, I've kind of been on the fence. Beatrice, you know, sometimes she's Beatrice, you know what I mean? So there's like a whole bunch of characters, and I'm excited to just, you know, keep watching and just keep seeing what happens. So you said it's at Mafela TV, and that's on Facebook. Is it on YouTube?
On YouTube as well. There's a Roulette Animation Studio.
Yes.
In fact, yes.
That's where we upload them. Yes.
Okay, so Roulette Animation Studio
on YouTube.
I figured a lot of people actually spell roulette. So it's ROLET.
Yeah, ROLET.
Roulette Animations.
Roulette Animations. Yes. So I think it's important that we support, we watch, we get to learn. Because honestly speaking, when I came across it, I remember we had a little gossiping session, the team and I. We happened upon them and we're like, oh my god, you know, this is really incredible. This is really, really cool. Because it's not something common. It's not something that we see. It's not something that we have a lot of. So I think it's a fantastic idea. Well done, guys. It's been absolutely amazing getting to meet you guys and just kind of getting to experience what the whole team is doing. And yeah, I hope Untold Stories brings you a few more viewers and draws a few more people to it.
The people watching can follow.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will.
Well, Mateo is the character that brings most of the mischief in the series. So he's the originator of trouble. Maybe I can put it that way. So he's always coming up with ideas to test how far he can go, and then when things come crashing down, he's the first one to run away. So I think that sums him up. That's the kind of character he is. Always getting into trouble, first one to run away.
Ni kali groundi. Vonse vilipo. Chen kasovere pa matai.
Shukuru mchanga.
Imi yampa mnea. Jena mbofika panasoka soren kwinangu.
Iwe pano mpawa muna. Kwa wakazi ni uko kutumpelo. Ndio mkazi we Batika.
Ungamenye ndano mneyo. Kasoya nkutumpelo akuli magero wanzana.
Mateyo, ulichemushe. Senzo ziva ni Beatrice uja, wa guarantee.
Namvera chizunguzungu.
Mavuto is this amongst the group is the one who's a little bit modest, is I can say more obedient, and who tries to bring order to the three. So he's more of, let me say, when another guy comes up with let me say a weird idea, you go like, manje wenchan, wewe ganza vaso, what if what showcase na malait? So you go stuff like that.
Ndika imbwa ketio paka.
Guys, imbwa ni imbwa lonkangono.
Guys, ntanzeni ngenemu. Nzapitache kumbali ntenge kabola.
Okay, likanilete kantamu. Nichanchishtika Mateo.
Chani numai.
Kizito is he's a scared guy. He's the most scared guy, but he at the same time would want to stay loyal to his friends, so he will still go on with the plans even though then it's not right.
Guys, Mafela kakuti mongo abwera.
Oh, mongo abwera. Okay. Mongo abwera.
Guys, hai papa.
Inenza komboka.
Guys, tifuni kuotawa.
Chenti bisame first, wewe uchabwera. Wewe.
It's been so much fun. I've had so much fun getting to meet each of these characters, Kizito, Mateo, and Mavuto. And they're so much fun. You should go on over to Facebook at Mafela TV. Go check them out. This has been an incredible episode. I'm such an animated character, so being here was so much fun. I was comfortable in my zone. Thank you so much once again to our guests who allowed us into their home and told us all about animation. Get exploring, jump on that idea that you have. Who knows what you might be doing? Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Zilla. This was the Untold Stories of Africa, episode 6. We'll see you again next time.